We are going to talk on the Gita, a well-known book over the world. Almost all educated people in the world know the name of the Gita. And people belonging to Hindu community, they consider this book to be their national religious book. And what is the meaning of the word Gita? The main point is here. What is the meaning of the book? Meaning is, the Gita means that what is sung. That what is sung. The book is a poetry. It's the most ancient, one of the most ancient literature in the world. More than 5,000 years ago. And the content of the book is a conversation between Krishna and Arjuna. Krishna is considered to be great spiritual master and Arjuna is disciple. So this book contains message, very thorough, elaborate message on the science of yoga. Science of yoga. Hindu religion has many scriptures, particularly 6 scriptures, like called Uttar Mimamsa, Purva Mimamsa. Purva Mimamsa means preparation for realization. Purva means earlier practices. And Uttar Mimamsa means in the higher studies for realization. Otherwise known as the Upanishads. Upanishads. Upanishada is a very famous word. Even we know Arthur Schopenhauer says, in the whole world, there is no study as elevating as the Upanishads. In my life, I have received solace from this, and I believe in my death, I will receive solace from Upanishads. They are the product of the highest wisdom. Likewise, many great scholars in this world, they have appreciated these Upanishads, which were once upon a time of great quantity. They were of great quantity. As I know, 9,800 Upanishads. But in the process of invasion, many foreign invasions upon Indian subcontinent, these books are lost. Now we have 222 Upanishads, and in the market you can get 108 Upanishads. So these Upanishads are the essence of the Vedas. The 4 Vedas, particularly the Rig Veda, the oldest Veda, and the biggest. So this Rig Veda, Upanishads are the essence of these Vedas. And Gita is the essence of the Upanishads. So it's like making the milk boiled and then make it condensed and then make it solidified. So Gita is the latest Upanishad, we can say. 5,000 years ago is the latest Upanishad, is the Gita, which is the essence of all the Upanishads. And it has been explained by Lord Krishna to Arjuna very lucidly, clearly, in simple Sanskrit and poetic way the practicality of life. I consider it to be the most practical thing in human life. Why? Because human existence is not like the other species. Other species have very limited way of life, They are controlled by instincts more than their faculty of inference, faculty of discrimination, faculty of intellect, faculty of imagination, which has been manifested in the form of literature, great literatures of the world, poetry and philosophy, mythology, gospels, and so many. So, human being is like a river rolling down from the mountain as a brooklet, as a small brook, as a small rivulet, and then rolling on, finally comes near the ocean, which is so big, so vast, that you have all sorts of aquatic animals in it. And you can also use it in the form of dock, in the form of making ship, a factory for making ship. So, these human beings have spiritual aspect, as is intellectual aspect, cultural aspect, physical existence. Physical existence is maintained by right exercise, right food, and diseases are warded off by medicine. And then the mind is always getting food. Mind is always seeking food from ideas, new information, gives food. And then intellect with the new thoughts, playing with thoughts, and then strengthening the intellect and nourishing the intellect. And then you have a spiritual existence, which is like the root of a tree, not seen so easily, but is the foundation, root of a tree. Similarly, our soul, our inner spirit, the pure consciousness that is in us, the pristine consciousness, this consciousness is like a space. It is supporting everything. So this consciousness is supporting your other multidimensional existences. Your physical, your mental, your vital, your articulation, your speaking power, your thinking power. So many things are being regulated by this spiritual existence that is there in you, the spirit. And the Gita is the science of this spirit. By reading Gita, by learning Gita, one can awaken his sleeping spiritual power. And many people, this spiritual power is sleeping, dormant. It has to be kindled up. You may ask a question that for using our senses, we don't have to take much training. We easily know how to eat, we easily know how to breathe, we easily know how to see, things like that. But why then, for spirituality, we need to have some extra effort? Why we need some extra training? It is exactly like this, that if you run on the street or ride on a bus and the bus goes, you don't need much effort. But you have to fly or to climb mountain, then you need, because you are working against the gravitation, so you need some extra power. Or even flying with the aeroplane, that's also special, so much of people, flying in the space against the gravitation. It's not a joke. Exactly in the same way, senses we have been using for thousands of years. We are used to it. Leading a physical life, vital life and physical life, mostly vital and physical, for thousands of years. We see the dogs also have emotions. Calves also have emotion. Kids also have emotions. Kittens also have emotions. And also they live, eat, have progenies, fight, play and die. So, using senses, enjoying sense objects of different kinds surrounding us, needs training, though it needs also training. It also needs some certain training that you use them but don't allow them to destroy you. Because senses are very delightful. People use sense objects. They love to eat, they love to see, they love to touch. But that must have a regulation. We'll come to this in the Gita. That must have a regulation. But generally, it doesn't need a thorough, a specific training by and large. I'm talking in general. But for spiritual awakening, everybody in the world follow some sort of religious discipline. Some religion they have. Nobody is devoid of it. If you say that the communists that say no religion, no God, no nothing, but communism is their religion. Communism is by itself their religion. So without faith, without respect to something and without faith, nobody can survive in this world. Faith is your power. Deeper the faith and the bigger the object of faith, the greater the power you have. So, people have this religious inclination. It is an instinct. Instinctively people have this religion. But having faith only in religion or following few rituals or following few external disciplines, not enough. It's not enough. What Hindu religion says, what Gita says, that your faith must be living. It must be saturated with experience, direct experience. Believing that there is a God, otherwise how this universe would be moving, everybody can think like that. But to know the God within yourself, who is existing in yourself, who is there in the core of your heart, is a different thing. Having only faith all life long, that there is God, there is Allah, there is Bhagavan, and then every day bowing to it or showing some incense and ringing a bell is not enough. Because realization of God is a matter of heart, is a matter of mind. You have to train your mind. And the most difficult thing in the world is to train your mind. There is nothing more difficult than controlling wind-like mind, which is flying where you cannot trace. Like the birds fly off and you cannot trace. Like the fishes run off. You cannot trace in the water where the fishes have gone. So the mind, you do not know at what second, at what moment, mind will go, at what place, whether it is good or bad, whether it is of good reaction, positive reaction or negative reaction, you don't know. So that way this rampant mind, this reckless mind, bring it under control and focus it and use it as the key, turning which you can open the castle of the divine. Castle of the divine. The unbelievable, the greatest wonder in human life is the realization of the Supreme. So, the Gita is basically, as far as I understand, it is a science of yoga. It is a science of yoga. We know that the yoga science is precisely, scientifically, logically, effectively spoken by Patanjali, says Patanjali. And his Yoga Shastra, it is one of the 6 philosophies, yoga philosophy. I said the first one is Purva Mimamsa, and then Uttar Mimamsa, and then Kapil's Shankha philosophy, analysis, and then comes Patanjali's yoga philosophy, yoga. And then Kanad's atomic theory of atom called Vaisheshik, Vishesh, essence of everything. Kanad speaks as atom, finest atom, and then comes Gautam's Nyaya philosophy. Nyaya means logic, logically. So they are pairs. Like Purva Mimamsa, Uttar Mimamsa, they are like pairs. Pairs. They are founded on each other. Like Kapil Shankha and Patanjali's yoga, they are like each other. They are paired. Like husband and wife. Yeah? They are paired. And then Conrad's atomic theory and explanation is Gautam's Nyaya philosophy, logic. So atomic theory and logic. These six are the fundamental Hindu philosophy. In addition to that, there are many Puranas, past Puranas, and Mahabharata is one of these Purana. Mahabharata is additional Purana. It is the greatest epic in the world. Mahabharata is the greatest epic in the world. 100,000 verses. Composed of 100,000 verses. And apparently it is a story. It is a story. It is an unbelievable story, which includes many, many things. Quarrel between relations, brothers. Quarrel between brothers on land. But it has a deep spiritual meaning behind. The Gita is spoken by Lord Krishna, sermonized by Lord Krishna to Arjuna amidst battle. Well, before the battle started, it was a big battle, vast battle. The villain brothers, they challenged the Pandava brothers. Those were the main heroes, that we will not give your land unless you fight with us. Though it was conditioned that if those five brothers, they fulfill their conditions, there were conditions, and then their property will be given back, their kingdom will be given back. But Duryodhana, Karna, and his brother Dushasana and others, they didn't agree that it should be given back. They said that let us go to the battlefield and fight. Let us see who is stronger. The one is stronger, he will get. So this was really something, great injustice. It was an injustice. It was breaching the condition, breaching truth. And the Mahabharata is a battle. As a whole, Mahabharata finally comes to a big battle, and a combination of small battles, and finally come to a big battle, massive devastation, massive casualty, destruction took place there. And Gita emerged from that. This is a question, that why this great Hindu scripture of ocean-like wisdom has emerged from a battlefield, not like other Upanishads or like other religious scriptures of the world, including Muhammad. He received his Quran, as he claims, his knowledge from a cave, from a solitary cave where Gabriel, the angel took him to God, and so on and so forth. And like Zoroastrian, the greatest saint in Zoroastrian religion, Zarathustra, he lived in the jungle for 12 years, and after coming back from the jungle, he gave his advices to the people. Goptarnike, Kirdarnike, Pendarnike. Have your mind controlled, have your body controlled, have your action controlled. Mind control, speech control, action control. Similarly, Buddha, his Dharmapad, his canons, three Tripitaka, emerged from his knowledge, which he gained under a banyan tree, under a Bodhi tree, in a forest called Urubilla. But this Gita, unlike all others, even Bible, Jesus Christ, Sermons on the Mount, the message from the Mount. Jesus Christ lived in a forest, the Mount, fasted there, and then he gave his knowledge, whatever. So, general knowledge, there may be some many differences, but Generally we know like Upanishad, the biggest Upanishad